Shalom. I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Alright, so with that, I'm going to start off in Hosea 1. And this is, it says, the word of Yahweh that came unto Hosea the son of Beeri in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam the son of Joash, king of Israel. The beginning of the word of Yahweh by Hosea. And Yahweh said to Hosea, Go take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from Yahweh. Right? So it's also speaking of a parable, talking about the nation of Israel, right? Because Yahweh has to take, Yahweh, the remnant are turning from their whoredoms, all right? Because Israel is Israel is likened unto a comely woman, okay? Let me see. Israel is like unto a comely woman. Jeremiah 6:2. Alright, so it's talking about the whole nation of Israel. So we're going to go to Jeremiah 6:2. And it reads, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. Alright? So you see? So this is a metaphor for the whole nation of Israel, but it's dealing with Hosea. So that's why it says, Take unto thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from Yahweh. Alright? So let's go back. Actually, let me go to the precept. Deuteronomy 31:16. And it reads, And Yahweh said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of strangers of the land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me, and break my covenant which I have made with them. See, so you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos are the Israelites, and you are breaking all the covenants, and you're whoring around, being in these false doctrines, right? So, if you have a woman and your woman decides to go be with another man, well, then you would be pissed off. Like the brother Halakia, he was speaking on that yesterday at camp. So, in the same fashion, Yahweh is pissed off by you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans who are whoring around in these false doctrines, all right? It's the same thing, You're supposed to, court and desire the understanding of this truth as if it was a beautiful woman, you see? You should have that same type of desire for this knowledge and wisdom as you would for a beautiful woman, you see, that you loved. You see, we're in captivity, so our women, they're likened unto whores because they're free to go and do whatever they want in this society. See, that's a curse. Let's go get that. It's Deuteronomy 28:30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. See? Why? Because you see, all these curses are following our people. It says, thou shalt betroth a wife, meaning you'll have a wife and another man's going to lie with her. You see? And you're going to plant a vineyard and you're not going to gather the grapes, right? Like, that's a metaphor for you're going to work, but you're going to be working for someone else who's going to reap the benefits. You see? And this is one of the reasons we know we're the Israelites, because we are the ones who fit these curses of Deuteronomy 28, and that's addressed in verse 46, where Deuteronomy 28 and 46, it says, and they shall be upon thee, talking about these curses, for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So you see, the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, Hispanics, we're the ones who are on the bottom of society. We're the, you go to all the ghettos or the hoods of Babylon, America, and you're going to find so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? And it's these curses right here, 46, it tells you this is a sign of who you are, okay? For a wonder, the scriptures have been written for our, to bring us back into remembrance. Go back to Hosea, all right? And I'm at verse, Hosea 1 and 3. It says, so he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which conceived and bare him a son. And Yahweh said unto him, call his name Jezreel, for yet a little while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel. And it shall come to pass, at that day I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel. And she conceived again, talking about Gomer, and bare a daughter, and Yahweh said unto him, call her name Lo-Ruhamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. Alright, so Yahweh was telling him, hey, comparing his kids, remember, he's going to have, his wife would be a whore, and his sons and daughters would be children of whoredoms, alright, like we read in verse 2. Because here in captivity, you may have a woman, you have a child with her, and then when things don't work out, and in this society she's free to go her own way and do whatever the fuck she wants. So now you see your children are going to be raised up as a heathen and commit whoredoms, like it reads in verse 2. You want to teach your kid the truth, but meanwhile you got the mother teaching them the ways of the heathen. Alright? So now I'm going to go back to, or actually we're still in Hosea, reading verse 4. And Yahweh said unto him, oh no, I'm sorry, I'm on verse, verse 7. But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by Yahweh their power, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen. Now when she had weaned Lo-Ruhamah, she conceived and bare a son. Then said Yahweh, call his name Lo-Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power, Yahweh. See, so just like now, like all of you, I should say the majority of you Israelites, blacks, so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, you are literally a stranger to Yahweh, because you don't even know his name. You don't even know his son's name, Yahweh Shai. You see, you're calling him Jesus Christ. And why is that? Because you're whoring around, man. You're Jesus Christ is from the Renaissance, all right? Time of the Greeks. Let me see, where are we at? verse 8. Verse 10. It says, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power, Yahweh." Okay? And this is a beautiful verse, because just like Deuteronomy 28, curses reveal who we are according to the sign and wonder. You know, the signs are all around you, right? We're at the base of society, you know. We're the ones who they want to vaccinate first, you know. And they're telling you that they want to do that, you know. That's their Operation Warp Speed. Okay? But here, this is the place where it's been said, we are not the people of Yahweh. We're not God's people. There it shall be said unto us that we are the sons of the living power. And how? Through the prophets. You get the men of Israel standing up with boldness on the street corners, telling our people that we are the Israelites. All right? So, you know, that's a powerful thing, because we literally will tell the Jewish on the street corners, we tell them, hey, you guys aren't even you guys are some frauds. You guys are fake. You know, we tell them to their face, man. If we encounter a so-called Jewish Edomite, you know, and what can they do? They can't do nothing. Even some of them have told us that they know they're not the true Jews of the scriptures. All right. Then shall, verse 11, then shall the children of Judah. You know what? Let me pull out a precept real quick. This is Isaiah 11, and we'll start at 12. All right, and it says, "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth." All right. So what is that ensign? We talked about the sign earlier, that the curses, you know, and also the prophets going out on the streets. That's an ensign, you know. You got so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans in the camps all over the world, all over the four corners of the earth, where we've been scattered, and we're gathering together and we're teaching this new song. All right. So now I'm going to jump to. Let me go jump to. Let's see. I just can't point themselves, man. Okay, verse. We'll go back to. Actually, let's go see Genesis 13 and 16. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. All right. So you see, just like we read in verse 10, back in Hosea in 1 and 10, just talking about the number of Israelites. You know, you Israelites are not the minorities like the so-called white man likes to call you. You know, calls you minorities when he's actually the minority. Especially, you got to think about it. If you put all the tribes together and they all knew who they were, they knew they were the Israelites, well then that would the numbers would be way more than the Edomites. You know, you brown people outnumber these red people. All right. And all the heathen, you know. But you don't know that, because why? Because Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. See? You don't know who you are. You don't consider that you're the Israelites. Why? Because you've been in slavery and in captivity, and the so-called white man has robbed you of your heritage, your true heritage, your biblical heritage, right? So let me see. Let me go back to Hosea and read that last verse. Hosea 1 and it was 11. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and shall appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land. For great shall be the day of Jezreel. See? And let's go into that word a little bit, because just for edification, even for my edification, because like I say, we teach this truth, but we also learn as we teach, you know. Let me see. Actually, you know what? Well, let's see what. Let me Google it. Jezreel. Jezreel. Meaning. We'll go to that. Let's see. Slovakia. I wanted to pull the blue letter. Here's the blue letter. It says, let's look it up. So great shall be the day of Jezreel, you know. And that's dealing with the great gathering, you know. Let's see what it sounds like in Hebrew.
Strong's H3157. Yisrael. Yisrael.
Yisrael.
Second entry. Yisrael. Yisrael.
Means God sows, meaning gathers. See, Jezreel, that's kind of what I was hoping for, something like that. Jezreel meaning the gathering of Yahweh's gathering his people. See, and then it says in B, first son of Hosea the prophet. That's what we're reading out the book of Hosea. But that's what it is, man. You Israelites are whoring around, but Yahweh's going to show mercy to the remnant, you know, to the 1/3, and they're gonna come back into the remembrance of who they are, according to this knowledge, all right, and truth. So with that, I want to give all praise, and we're going to be, you know, gathered, and it's going to be told to us that we are the sons of the living power Yahweh. Let's go to it. Hosea 1 and let me see where we at. 10. We're the sons of the living power, and it says, we're called not my people, which is Babylon, America. There shall be said unto us, we are indeed the sons of living power Yahweh. All right. And Israel and Judah are being gathered together, so it's a beautiful Yapah thing, right? But that's what Jezreel stands for. It means God sows, meaning God gathers. All right. So with that, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing this truth with sincerity. All right. Shalom to the elect.